The Gift of a Dragon's Heart. Written by the MLP Hyena 111. Chapter 1. What a great idea! I think it needs about 5 more gold ribbons, said Rarity as she carefully pondered over the dress's design. Spike, could you get those from the back room, please? Of course, replied Spike as he darted into the small room, returning a few moments later with the requested supplies. Why, thank you, Spike, Rarity beamed as she accepted the supplies and continued her work. I honestly don't know how I ever managed before I met you. Spike's cheeks flushed lightly as he chuckled sheepishly to himself. Yeah, I don't know how you managed either. Rarity shot Spike an annoyed expression, but let it soften, and she let out a small chuckle herself. Okay, Spike, let's focus here. We still need to get this dress finished for the mayor by lunchtime. The mayor wants a pretty dress? Spike asked with a quizzical expression on his face. She doesn't exactly strike me as a pony who likes to fancy it up. I know the mayor may seem all work and no play, but I assure you even she needs some time off. When she ordered the dress, she told me that she was going out with some pony special tonight. Rarity smiled devilishly to herself, amused by this latest statement. Really? Spike spluttered, desperately trying to contain his laughter. Shush, Spike! Rarity was desperately trying to hush her friend's laughter. It isn't polite to laugh at others' choices in life. I know. It's just so funny. Spike was on the verge of falling to the floor in a fit of laughter. Who's the lucky stallion? I bet it's Caramel or Time Turner. Gosh, Ditsy's going to be furious. Oh, hello, Mare. Rarity greeted politely. Come to check on your fabulous new dress. What? Spike jolted up in fright, only to see Rarity's amused expression. Sorry, Spike, Rarity smiled. I had to stop you somehow. Spike could tell by her smile that she was fighting back laughter herself now. He grumbled in disapproval and carried on with his work. About half an hour later, the dress was complete. Just in time, Rarity sighed in relief. Now all I have to do is deliver it to the mayor. That's great, Rarity, Spike stated. I was just wondering if you might want to grab something to eat later? Oh, Spike, you truly are a gentleman, but I'm afraid I was already planning to visit Pinkie Pie this evening. Something about cupcakes? Terribly sorry, dear, Rarity apologized. That's fine. I was just wondering is all. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then? Of course. Thanks again for helping me with the dress, Spike, Rarity called as Spike trotted off. As he got further away, Rarity's smile slowly turned to a frown of despair. Oh, Spike, if only I had the strength to tell you that we cannot be together. Rarity still doesn't see how much she means to me, Spike moaned as he continued on his way. What is it going to take to make her see? He began to think of all the ways he could win over the mayor of his dreams. Let's see. Helping her with her work? Well, that for sure hasn't worked so far. Spending lots of time with her? That's not working either. Spike groaned in frustration. What am I going to do? He yelled at the top of his voice. Fortunately, no pony was around to hear it. Suddenly, an idea hit him. Of course, he exclaimed. I just need some help from some pony close to her. Some pony who spends more time with her than even me. Some pony who has known her for years. Some pony like Sweetie Belle. Well, that was another bust, Scootaloo complained as the trio of friends entered their clubhouse. Yeah, and a painful one at that, Applebloom added, looking back at the series of bite marks all over her body. It's a good thing those weren't venomous snakes, or he would have been stuck in the Ponyville hospital all week. Fluttershy was very apologetic about the whole thing, though, Sweetie Belle mumbled with a hint of positivity in her voice. The three sighed in frustration at yet another failure. Well, now what? Scootaloo asked. As they pondered what to do next, they heard a knock from the door of the clubhouse. I got it, Sweetie Belle chimed as she ran over and swung the door open to reveal a wary young dragon. At once, Sweetie stepped back, her face reddening a little. Oh, hey, Spike, she greeted him nervously. What brings you here? Hey, Sweetie Belle. Hey, guys, Spike said, waving at Apple Bloom and Scootaloo. I just came by to ask for your help, Sweetie Belle. I mean, if you aren't already busy. What happened to the three of you? He asked, looking at them a little concerned. Don't ask, Apple Bloom replied, as Sweetie Belle's face turned from a light shade of pink to a much darker shade of red. You want my help? Sweetie could hardly control her excitement. For a while now, she had been seeing more of Spike, and while she had been speaking with him a lot, he had never gone out of his way to see her, let alone ask for her help. This was the best day ever! Yeah, so will you help? Spike asked. Yes. Of course I'll help you, Spike. Sweetie squealed uncontrollably as she grabbed Spike in a tight hug. That's really nice, Sweetie, but would you mind not hugging me so tight, please? I can't breathe. Oh, sorry, Sweetie Belle said as she released Spike from the tight embrace. So, what do you need her help with, anyway? Scootaloo questioned. I'll tell you, but you must all promise not to tell anybody else. Got it? Said Spike, stepping a little closer to them. Okay, Spike, Apple Bloom sighed. She knew where this was going. Cross my heart, hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye, they all said in unison. Okay, here's the thing. I've been trying to win over Rarity's heart for a while now. Oh wait, you don't know, do you? Well, I have a crush on Rarity, and... We know, Apple Bloom said flatly. You do? Who told you? Said Spike, stepping back a little in shock. Oh, come on, Spike. Every pony has figured it out by now, Scootaloo affirmed. Oh, come on! Everyone knows? Everyone except Rarity. Spike sighed in frustration. Anyway, I need Sweetie's help because she knows Rarity better than anyone. Right, Sweetie Belle? Meanwhile, Sweetie Belle was lost in thought. Spike came here to ask me to help on how to get Rarity? But that's not fair. Why can't Spike see how much he means to me? Her face was to the ground as she fought back tears. Sweetie Belle? Spike asked, looking confused. Huh? Oh, sure, I'll help you, Spike. Sweetie could feel an aching in her heart. Something that didn't go unnoticed by Apple Bloom. Okay, cool, Spike replied brightly. Well, we weren't doing anything anyway. I guess I'll just head home, Scootaloo said, heading towards the door of the clubhouse. Me too. But before I go, could I just have a word with you, Sweetie? Apple Bloom asked. Sure. I'll be just a minute, Spike, Sweetie said, forcing a smile. Okay, I'll wait outside, Spike replied, exiting the clubhouse with Scootaloo, leaving Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom alone. Are you okay, Sweetie Belle? Apple Bloom asked with a concerned voice. Yeah, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? Sweetie responded, forcing yet another smile, but sounding far from fine. You've got a thing for him, don't ya? Asked Apple Bloom matter-of-factly. Why would you think that? Sweetie responded, sounding a little shocked that her friend could read her so well. It's okay. You can tell me, Sweetie Belle. I'm one of your best friends, Apple Bloom reassured her. Fine. You're right. I do like him. I have a crush on a dragon who has a crush on my sister. I'm just some freak of nature. One of those snakes bit me. You ain't a freak of nature, Sweetie Belle. Those snakes bit all of us. And besides, every pony knows about Spike's crush, and they don't call him a freak. So why would it be any different the other way around? I suppose.
I'm still never gonna be with him. He has his sights set on Rarity, and nothing is gonna change that.
Tears began to form in Sweetie's eyes as she finished saying those painful words. Applebloom placed a forehoof on Sweetie's shoulder as she spoke. Well, it may seem hopeless, but y'all would be surprised what a little kindness, loyalty, and, well, all the elements of harmony stuff can do. Who knows? Maybe by helping him out, he will still see ya in a new light.
You really think so?
Replied Sweetie Belle, tears still falling down from her cheeks. I know so, Applebloom replied confidently, giving her friend a small smile.
Thank you, Applebloom.
Sweetie sniffed, wiping the tears away from her eyes.
You're the best friend ever.
Ah, don't mention it. I'm just happy to help, Applebloom replied, removing her forehoof from Sweetie's shoulder. The two friends hugged and proceeded to walk towards the door. Once outside, the two parted ways. Spike and Sweetie walked down the street towards Sugar Cube Corner.
So, Spike, what's the plan?
Sweetie asked, still a hint of pink on her cheeks.
Well, I was thinking maybe we could head over to Sugar Cube Corner to get a milkshake,
Spike explained.
Then we can sit down and discuss the best course of action.
Sweetie was once again beyond excitement.
Me and Spike going to get milkshakes together at Sugar Cube Corner? It's almost like a date.
She thought excitedly.
No, it's just a milkshake. I mean, how silly would it be to have a date in Sugar Cube Corner? Even if we are just feelings, well, a feeling and a baby dragon.
Here we are, Spike announced as they entered the brightly colored cafe.
Hey guys,
Pinkie Pie exclaimed the moment she saw them.
How are you two doing?
We're good. Just came in to order a couple of milkshakes, Spike replied.
Oh, I see,
Pinkie said, squealing with delight.
You two do make quite the couple.
What? Oh no, we're just hanging. Right, Sweetie Belle?
Yeah,
Sweetie said quietly, a ton of sadness resonating in her voice.
I mean, who would go on a date here anyway?
No offense, Pinkie, but no one has gone on a date here since the love poison incident, Spike replied, crossing his arms. Sweetie Belle looked down at the floor in guilt. Pinkie Pie looked unconvinced, but took the word for it.
So, what can I get you two good friends?
Asked Pinkie, giving them a wink at the end of her question. Do you have any gem milkshakes? Spike asked. Pinkie shook her head. Well, in that case, I'll just have a chocolate milkshake. Pinkie Pie nodded and noted down his order.
What about you, Sweetie Belle? I'll have a strawberry milkshake,
she said, sounding a little disheartened. Pinkie nodded and bounced off with their orders in a happier mood than usual, leaving the two to discuss what happens next. So, Sweetie Belle, what do you think will make Rarity notice my feelings? Spike asked as he sat down. Despite her attempts, Sweetie couldn't think.
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting right next to Spike. And he is asking what I think he should do. Oh, what should I say?
Sweetie Belle, are you okay? Spike asked with a concerned voice, placing a clawed hand on her shoulder. Sweetie jolted at the suddenness of the gesture.
Oh yes, I'm great. Never better,
she replied hurriedly. Okay, replied Spike, retracting his hand.
What am I doing? I just need to give him some advice on how to wow Rarity. That's all. Just need to tell the boy my dreams how to get my sister. No, don't think like that. Just focus on the task at hand. Let's see. How to get my sister. Wait a minute. That's it. Order up.
Pinkie yelled as she appeared seemingly out of nowhere with their drinks.
Thanks, Pinkie,
they both exclaimed as they received their milkshakes. Once Pinkie had left, Sweetie decided to tell Spike about her idea.
Really?
What is it? Spike asked.
Well, when stallions ask Rarity out, they usually get her a gift. And sometimes she accepts. She hasn't really seen any of them again after the first day in cars, but If you got her something she really liked, she may accept if you ask her out.
Sweetie knew the plan was far from perfect, but it was the best she could come up with.
That's a great idea, Sweetie Belle. You know,
You're really clever, Spike said thoughtfully. Sweetie blushed intensely at the compliment and attempted to hide her face by holding her milkshake up to it and taking a large gulp of the pink liquid. But I have given Rarity gifts before. You should have seen the huge fire ruby I gave her on my birthday. Spike sighed. That looked like a really tasty one, too. But still,
well, maybe you need to get something really super special,
Sweetie pointed out. Spike thought for a minute. You know, speaking of gems, Rarity does like them a lot.
Well, it is what's on her cutie mark,
Sweetie Belle pointed out. Yeah, I can remember reading one of the books in the library about gems. There was this one really rare gem called, a black opal, I think.
Well, how are you gonna get one of those?
Sweetie asked. I think the book gave the location of one in the Everfree Forest, Spike said with a determined look on his face. And I'm going to find it.
Spike, you can't go in there all by yourself. It's too dangerous,
replied Sweetie Belle with a concerned look on her face. Look, Sweetie, Spike placed both hands on Sweetie Belle's shoulders. This is something I need to do. I've been trying to get Rarity's attention as long as I have known her, and I feel like this plan is my only hope. At those words, Sweetie's heart sunk like a stone. But she forced herself to be strong for Spike. And besides, I won't be alone. You're coming with me, of course, Spike said nonchalantly, taking a sip of his milkshake.
What?
Sweetie exclaimed, only to be quickly hushed by Spike. We're in a cafe, remember? He said quietly.
Spike, I can't go into the Everfree Forest,
she whispered.
It's far too dangerous.
Sweetie Belle, you're the only one who knows about our plan. I can't risk telling any pony else. Besides, you've been a great friend to me these last few weeks, and I trust you. I promise nothing bad will happen. Just, please, help me. Sweetie was about to protest further, but Spike's compliment and reassuring voice managed to convince her otherwise.
Okay, I'm in,
she said, sighing in defeat. Great! I knew I could count on you, he beamed at her warmly, causing Sweetie's whole body to go limp and a dreamy smile to spread across her face. Sweetie, are you okay? Hello? Any pony in there? Spike asked, waving a claw in front of her face. Sweetie, who had been staring at Spike in a very odd way, bolted upright, her face once again glowing red.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm fine,
she squeaked, quickly trying to regain her composure. Okay, good. Meet me at the entrance to the Everfree Forest tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. That should give us enough time to leave before any pony misses us, Spike said, pushing away his empty milkshake glass.
Can we at least leave a note explaining where we have gone?
Sweetie Belle asked, looking a little nervous. Well, only a vague note. It can't say exactly where we have gone or exactly why we have gone. Deal? Spike held out a clawed hand for Sweetie to shake.
Okay, deal,
Sweetie replied, holding out a hoof, which Spike took in his claws and shook firmly. Great, Spike said cheerfully. Well, I'm going to head back to the library now. Don't worry about paying. I'll cover it. Spike walked over to the counter and handed 2 bits to Pinky. As he did this, Pinky grinned to herself and gave a small giggle.
Thanks, Spike,
Sweetie called.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, he called back as he exited the cafe.
Oh, Spike, you say you weren't dating Sweetie, but I'm on to you.
Pinky giggled to herself as Sweetie Belle got up to leave.
Why else would you two be whispering to each other and staying so close?
As Spike began his journey back to the library, he noticed the mayor speaking with some pony hidden from view behind the building. Curiously, he ran over and poked his head around the wall to get a better look, ensuring he was hidden from view. So, are we still on for dinner tonight, Thunder Lane? Asked the mayor of the town. I wouldn't miss it for the world, Pumpkin, he said playfully as the two leaned in and touched noses affectionately. Spike looked shocked, but then laughed and continued on his way. Well, 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 Mare, I didn't think you were into that kind of stallying, he said to himself, chuckling all the while.